The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. Here's an extended reflection on the E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber, exploring its most transformative lessons and revelations for entrepreneurs. This must-read book breaks down common entrepreneurial myths and offers practical strategies for building scalable, efficient businesses. The E-Myth Revisited, the greatest revelation for entrepreneurs. Michael E. Gerber's book, The E-Myth Revisited, is one of the most transformative books an aspiring entrepreneur can read. It dismantles the romanticized idea of entrepreneurship and replaces it with a structured, practical framework for building a business that thrives beyond the founder's own personal involvement. At its core, the book introduces the concept of the entrepreneurial myth, the false belief that businesses are started by entrepreneurs when, in reality, they are often created by technicians who mistakenly believe that expertise in a particular skill translates into business success. This misunderstanding, Gerber argues, is the downfall of most small businesses. But the true revelation in the E-Myth Revisited goes much deeper than that. It teaches a lesson that many entrepreneurs take years, sometimes decades, to learn. Working in your business is not the same as working on your business. The fatal mistake of the technician turned business owner. Gerber tells the story of Sarah, a pie maker who starts a bakery, believing that her love and talent for baking will ensure business success. But like so many small business owners, she soon finds herself drowning in a relentless cycle of work, handling operations, taking orders, managing finances, cleaning up, and baking long into the night. Instead of owning a business, Sarah becomes the business. This is the fate of most small business owners. They are trapped in the technician's mindset, where they believe that if they just work harder, success will follow. But what they don't realize is that by doing all the work, they are limiting their business's potential. The moment an entrepreneur understands this lesson is a turning point. The realization that a business should not depend on the owner's constant presence, but rather on systems and processes that allow it to operate independently, is the foundation of real entrepreneurship. The three personalities every entrepreneur must balance. One of the most eye-opening concepts Gerber introduces is the idea that every business owner embodies three distinct personalities: the entrepreneur visionary, the dreamer, the innovator, the one with the big ideas who sees the future, the manager organizer, the one who craves order, structure, and process to ensure things run smoothly, the technician doer, the worker, the craftsman, the one who actually performs the service or creates the product. Most small businesses fail because they are built entirely by technicians who neglect the critical roles of the entrepreneur and the manager. Without vision, the business lacks direction. Without management, it lacks organization. And when the technician is running everything, burnout is inevitable. To truly succeed, entrepreneurs must learn to step away from just being technicians and embrace the roles of entrepreneur and manager as well. This shift is what allows businesses to scale and become great rather than just good. The system-driven business. Creating a franchise mindset. Juan F. Gerber S. Most powerful insights is the importance of systems and processes in building a successful business. He emphasizes that every business, no matter how small, should be built as if it were going to be franchised, even if the owner has no intention of franchising. What does this mean? It means documenting every process, from marketing to customer service to production, in a way that makes it repeatable and scalable. A business that relies on its owner for everything is doomed to fail the moment the owner steps away. But a business built on systems can run smoothly, grow, and scale, even without the owner's constant involvement. This concept is game-changing for entrepreneurs. Imagine creating a business that can function without you being there every minute of the day. Instead of being self-employed, where you essentially own a job, you become a true business owner. where your company operates based on structured, well-documented systems. McDonald's is a perfect example of this philosophy. The company doesn't succeed because it has the world's best hamburgers. It succeeds because it has a bulletproof system that ensures every burger in every store, in every country, is made exactly the same way. That level of consistency and efficiency is what makes McDonald's a billion-dollar empire. If a small business owner can apply this same system-driven thinking, they can escape the daily grind and start building a business that scales. Escaping the self-employed trap. The true path to wealth. One of the biggest lessons in the E-Myth Revisited is that most business owners don't own businesses. They own jobs. They think they are entrepreneurs, but they are really just overworked employees of their own company. Gerber's revelation is that wealth and freedom come from owning a business that runs without you. This means building a company with automated systems that handle repetitive tasks, standardized processes that ensure consistency and efficiency, a clear organizational structure that allows employees to take ownership of their roles, a long-term vision that isn't dependent on the founder's constant presence. When an entrepreneur makes this shift, everything changes. Instead of working in the business, they work on the business. They become strategists, leaders, and visionaries, freeing themselves to focus on growth and new opportunities. This is how wealth is built, not by working longer hours, but by creating assets that generate revenue even when you're not there. The entrepreneurial dream, a life of freedom and impact. For those who aspire to entrepreneurship, the E-Myth Revisited offers more than just business advice. It presents a philosophy of freedom, scalability, and long-term impact. It challenges readers to think beyond the daily hustle and instead build businesses that can thrive on their own. This is the difference between a struggling freelancer and a successful entrepreneur. A true entrepreneur doesn't just create a job for themselves, they create a system that produces income and impact independently of their effort. Final thoughts. The single most important shift entrepreneurs must make. If there's one key revelation that every aspiring entrepreneur should take from the E-Myth Revisited, it's this. Stop being the worker. Start being the architect. Don't just build a business, build a system. If your company can't run without you, then you don't own a business. You own a job. The moment you shift from technician to entrepreneur and embrace the power of systems, you unlock the real potential for wealth, freedom, and success. This lesson is not just about business, it's about designing a life where you are not chained to your work, but instead creating something that operates, scales, and thrives on its own. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur, take this wisdom to heart. Success doesn't come from working harder. It comes from building smarter, and that is the ultimate lesson of the E-Myth Revisited.